You hear a lot of hammer drilling, a lot of saw cutting.
If the streets are a theater for the notes of these musicians,
it's loud.
then consider Paul Harvey that orchestra's maestro.
Almost like he's in an orchestra hall, so it's pretty cool. First time he started playing for me, it sounded like there was 2 or 3 flutes going at the same time, and I didn't know you could do that with a flute, so it's pretty cool.
In the life of an ironworker, there is no shortage of bravado.
I think it's neat, you know, I mean, I'm not exactly what you consider a typical flute player, so.
But in the life of this ironworker, there is no shortage of room to break that stereotype.
What are some nicknames that you've heard around town for who you are?
Ooh, flute guy, that's a big one. Preacher Paul, get that one a lot because I tend to not swear as much as most of my compatriots.
As tender as he is burly, Paul found his first flute on a chance trip to North Dakota a few years ago. He bought it, stored it, and didn't think much about it until one day at work.
And I was whistling as I was walking through the job site, and I just heard this echo. And in my mind, I heard, the flute would sound amazing here. So the next day I brought it in, set my phone up on the edge of the window, and just played.
The sound resonated with the steel on site, with Paul, and with hundreds, then thousands, and then far more people around the world.
People that'll be driving down the road and they'll be like, beep, 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 you know, see the flute sitting in the back of the car or something, you know, and I've gotten some messages like, hey, I just drove past you, you know. Sweet.
Turns a lot of heads, yeah.
Corey Reiser was one of those people. He had heard rumors of the flute-playing iron worker, but never connected the dots until 4 months ago when he walked on the job site and heard this.
Pretty relaxing. Really, on a break, he'll start banging out his songs, and end of the day, walking out, he'll start playing, and, you know, it brings people up.
Up, sometimes from the lowest of places. During the pandemic, feelings of depression, anxiety, and thoughts of suicide doubled, affecting nearly a third of adults in our country. It wasn't long ago when Paul got a message from one of those people who had stumbled across his videos.
I got a message, and, you know, all anonymous online, but she was saying, she's like, I was going to kill myself tonight. And again, you know, just chills just even thinking about it again. And she said, I saw your video, and there's good here. Thank you so much for posting this. And at that point for me, I was like, well, if even one person can get an uplift from that, if you can save even one person in that manner, it's absolutely worth it, you know?
And who's to say Paul's light, his gift, only helps others? This is a man who supports his family, his 2 young kids, by commuting 4 hours each day to do a job few others have the bravado to do.
I'm able to release, and that's something that, you know, sometimes people do that with violence or paraphernalia. For me, it's music, and that's something that I'm very, very thankful and blessed to be able to do, you know.
In the confines of these towering corridors, Paul Harvey has found his voice, his audience, his purpose.
These instruments are very emotive. They strike a chord deep within a lot of people, and that's something that's been awe-inspiring, honestly.
I'm Dan Grossman.